So I'm not sure if I've come back on since I went to Miami, but Miami was fabulous as always. Well, that's only my second time there, but both times it just, I love that place. And it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's so beautiful. It has the colors. It has the Art Deco, which is my thing. I love Art Deco. I love that style, that period. So that, the colors in the beach, you think that would be my favorite place in the world. And it's not. I don't know what it is, but anyway, but it was the quintessential budget travel trip because my flight was $52, which I got on Spirit, of course. And it was 25 something each way. And the key to that is simply checking. You have to check often. And watch the flight. You have to check. You need the thing on your browser saved, and you just go in there real quick, and you want to go to Miami. And you can do, like I do teleworking, so I know I can do like 2 telework days and a weekend. So I'll put those 4 days in and just see. And you have to have some flexibility with dates. I know everybody doesn't have that, but these days a lot of people are remote and can maneuver. And then my car was $67 for 30, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. $67 for 5 days? Well, and then here's the downfalls, okay? I have said it before on another video that when you deal with these budget cars, it's almost not worth it. So I really don't recommend it. You got to be a tough cookie. You got to be ready for the pitfalls that come with it. So this was my fault because in some ways, because my flight didn't arrive until like 7:30, 8, something like that. And those off-site budget rental places, they're not always 24 hours. My flight was delayed. It was raining and stuff that day. I don't know why it was delayed. Spirit also has delays. I was happy it was delayed because I was feeling rushed and crazy trying to get out of the house, and I was working that day. So, but the flight was delayed, which got me to Miami even later. And I had booked through Expedia, which I'm not a big fan of the third-party sites. But when it comes to cars, I'll use them sometimes because otherwise I have to go to every car's site and see what their prices are. Like flights, you can go to a site and they'll have all the different flights, but for the cars it's different. So I go to Expedia, I get all the pricing, and I just book one. It's like whatever. Because when you go to the car rental sites specifically, if you go to the car rental sites directly, their prices won't be the same as Expedia. I'm taking the cheapest price, whichever way it comes. And I'll deal with, using a third party booking site because there are some problems with that. So I went, when I got to Miami, the car rental place, these are the budget car rental places. Fox Rental. There's one called Rent-A-Car or Rent-A-Something. Easy Rent, I'm sorry. Fox Rental, Easy Rent. I'll have to go back and look. But there's like 3 or 4 of them. And when you see a price and it says something crazy like $5 a day, $8 a day on Expedia, it's one of those budget sites. And like they say, you get what you pay for. So in my case, I could not get in contact with, I think it was Fox Rental. Who was it with? I forgot that fast. This was just a couple weeks ago. But when I got there, the place wasn't answering their phone. I was calling them before I boarded the flight because I knew I was delayed. You have to have their direct number for those off-site places because you have to get from the airport to them. They'll be closed. They'll have a shuttle. You can catch an Uber if you need to. At Tampa, the Ubers are right there at the rental door. So you can just jump out, grab a Uber. But in Miami, I didn't see any, but still you're outside and there's shuttles. So there was a shuttle for all the other budget places, but not the one that I had my car with. What was the name? Savor or something. Anyway, so I couldn't reach them. I had been calling them before I took off in Baltimore and they weren't answering. And then the fine print, which I was reading, said, we are open. We service the airport for 12 hours, but didn't give the 12 hours. Like, what hours? So I'll know because I could have booked a flight. Long story short, booked another car. Long story short, I booked another car through Expedia again. Expedia was very gracious. I was surprised. I got a customer agent who stayed with me, tried to problem solve with me. She was kind. I can't say she was the most helpful, but she was trying. She didn't have a number for them. She was trying to find a number for them. She finally says, I'm sorry, I'll make sure you get a refund. Like they were doing something. I'm like, I know I'm going to get my refund. I didn't get a car, so I know I get a refund, but now I'm having to pay more. Now I'm in the position of I just landed and I'm getting a car. So I went on Expedia. She said she would give me a $25 credit. I went on Expedia to use the $25 credit. And it wasn't clear how to use it. Where is it? Where do I get it? I need a car. I need a car now. It's getting late. I have a bag. My phone is dying. Miami's airport, there's no plugs anywhere, which to me is insane. So I got another car, which I love. This is the best rental car I think I've had in a very long time. It was a Nissan Rogue, very nice SUV. It was well appointed. It was a beautiful car. So I was glad because I usually just get an economy. Now I'm spoiled with that car. I may not do the economy. But again, I like the budget travel. It's not because I'm cheap. It's because I like to go a lot of places. And the more I save, the more I can hit another place. If this place was $52 for the flight, but it was only for those days. So I would have probably chosen a shorter time period to spend less money on lodging. But the only way I could get $52 was those days. I probably could have been wiser to just pick a shorter period and pay $20 or $30 more. They had tickets for just slightly more. So I could have paid $75 for a ticket instead of getting all those extra nights. But I appreciated the nights that I had. My next trip coming up is San Francisco. And on that one, somehow me getting this cheap ticket, I'm going to only be there for 2 full days. So, I'm like, I'm going all the way on the other side of the country for 2 days, but the flight was $129. And it does a layover in Phoenix, and I'm going to go out. I have a long layover, so I'm going to go out and explore Phoenix for a minute. I think I'm going to go to, there's a Carter G. Woodson Museum or something there. So I think I'm going to go there. But suffice it to say, Miami was lovely. It was just absolutely lovely. And I found a beach in another area called Hollywood Beach. And there's also a Hallandale Beach. And the water was beautiful. The beaches were really nice. The sand was really soft. So I prefer that to the Miami beaches. So now I'm really in heaven, because I didn't know you could just drive 20 minutes out and get a much better beach. So the more I explore Florida, the more I'm in love with it. It's unfortunate that it has all this racist stuff going on, and the stand your ground laws. I mean, it's kind of like the Wild Wild West, but it's so beautiful. So yep, so I liked it so much that I'm going back. The next ticket is only $75. Instead, I couldn't find those 52 tickets. I mean, I was looking every month, March, February, May, June, no. And and this time I found an Airbnb that's pretty nice, and it's only $45 a night, and it's a separate unit. You are like on the back of someone's house, but it's still its own unit, and it's right by that beach. So I'm fine. That's a total. So all that to say, when you do the budget travel, you can't do budget travel if you don't have backup money, because there are going to be mishaps like that. Because when I got the other car, I know I just jumped around, but when I got the other car, it was like 140. So almost double that first 67. 67 was, when it says too good to be true, it's kind of too good to be true. But Expedia gave me the credit, and I have intentions to follow up. I hate following and fighting over this $70, but they really should have found me a car and just said, you'll pay this amount, the $70, because that's what I signed up for. And it's not my fault that they don't have the time. They don't have the, it's one thing if it said we cut off at 8 o'clock, but there's no information. I tried to call them since 5. So yeah, I'm gonna call them.